How's it going, guys? I figured I'd make another video, and I think I might start making videos after patches come out to try and keep everybody up to date. It's hard to keep up to date videos because even the quick tips and info videos that I put out sometimes, like, you know, the ability to destroy an anomaly with projectile weapons, and then a patch comes out and says you can no longer do that, and then it's like, what am I supposed to do with the video? Well, I guess I can just start making a series on talking about the latest patches and stuff that come out. So I wanted to use this gameplay footage to show you what actually happened with my offensive constructor class. So if you watch that offensive constructor class and you were thinking about making one and it was really fun and it was really cool and it was really awesome, well, it sucks now. As you can see, I'm doing it level 88 encampment mission, which before this patch I really didn't have a problem with. It was still, I felt, fairly challenging for me as a level 95 to go in there and be able to have an okay time using these abilities. Well, they changed it so that the decoy, which apparently was broken the entire time. This entire time, apparently the decoy wasn't taking either damage at all or the proper amount of damage that it should have been taking according to the developers. So they made it so that decoy now takes the appropriate amount of damage according to them. The problem is the appropriate amount of damage, whatever they feel that is horrible. It's horribly misplaced and inaccurate, because I put down a decoy in this mission, as you will see multiple times, and it dies in literally 2 seconds. And I know I'm doing a mutant storm with active modifiers, and one of them is enraged, but even against non-enraged husks, this thing goes down in 1 or 2 seconds flat, and it just makes the entire class pointless. The problem with this, and it's not even this game in particular, it's a lot of games where they make little changes like that, you know, they may not think of every aspect of them before they implement the changes. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this guy now? You know, do I recycle him? Because he's pointless now. He's completely pointless. Like, despite him specializing in decoy, despite him getting the passive abilities that grant decoy more health and everything like that, decoy's still just as useless as somebody that doesn't specialize in decoy. So it's dropping that quickly. So, and like I was saying, what do I do with this guy at this point, right? If I recycle him, then he's gone, and I can get the XP and the resources back, right? That's good. And maybe use him on one of the newer heroes that came out with this patch. But what if they decide, oh wait, our bad, you know, we decided that we realized that we like over nerfed or over fixed this decoy thing to the point that it was useless, and we're gonna fix that, and then, you know, I had already made the decision to retire this guy, and he's gonna be even more pissed off. So it's just hard to say. It's a gamble. I might hang on to this guy and see if within the next couple of weeks they decide to do a fix, or at least make it known, like, hey, by the way, guys, we're aware of this, so, you know, don't retire your guys, or don't make any huge changes that are gonna, you know, impact your longevity of gameplay here. Like, we're gonna get it fixed within the next patch, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, well then I'll just hold on to them. But, you know, if they don't say something like that, then I have to assume that it might just get lost in translation, or we might not see it for a long time. So I might retire this guy. Anyways, other things that happen, right? I'm not sure if I mentioned, but you can craft things up to 20 at a time instead of 10 at a time, which it used to be. That's helpful for making traps. I think that's a really cool change that they made. However, when you go to make bullets, it's helpful, yes, you know, but I really just have thought for a long time that you should have the option to just make max bullets. Like, if I want to just, you know, whatever my carrying capacity on bullets is, like shotgun shells is 1,000 and I have 500, I should have the ability to maybe craft max ammo as one of the options, where it'll just craft, you know, the remaining 500 that I need to complete my full capacity for ammo, and just take whatever nuts and bolts, metal and wood that requires. Or, you know, if I don't have enough to make the max, and it can just make me the maximum amount that I can as an option for crafting. I think that that's just way more convenient. There's no real need, I don't think, that you know, to make it so that you know, you have to hold down the X button, you know, or just go into the inventory and craft it, you know, multiple times if you're just trying to get max ammo out of it anyways. It's just a matter of waiting at that point. So I think that that'd be something that they could implement. I do like the increase, definitely like the increase. Look how quickly that decoy died, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm really distracted by my gameplay. I've never failed I haven't failed a mission in a long ass time, and this one I actually failed because of how drastic this change was, and how major of an impact that it actually had on at least this character class. I mean, I went through 3 or 4 rocket launchers, I think, and you don't usually see me building like almost like battle royale, like myth style, or like, you know, to try and evade husks and stuff like that. I mean, maybe to put a wall in front of a blaster, yeah, sure, but you know, this, you can tell that I'm really stretching and scrambling around here to just even stay afloat. So obviously something went wrong there. Anyways, talking about resource stacking, so you know, you could have 1,000 wood, stone, and metal, so they increased that to 2,000, and retroactively they made it so that the initial skill nodes in each skill tree, so 2, 3, and 4, used to be the weapon skill, and it's now a carrying capacity for resources. So retroactively, I've inherited those on my character. People that are, you know, still in skill tree 2 or something like that, you're not going to be able to carry as much as the 5,000. But eventually you will. I think that was a really good change that they made. Like I've said before, maybe not on my videos, but to other players that I've been groups with over my playing experience, is that I never really understood why they did have a cap of 1,000. I mean, it just seemed like a number for them to choose to cap it out at, and it didn't really make much sense to me. I didn't like the idea before of, you know, just trying to create a base for building mission, like deliver the bomb, and then halfway through having to either ask people to drop their extra stone or metal, or going out and getting more halfway through the build. I thought that that was really annoying, and sometimes people don't drop you stuff as a constructor. So I'm glad that that happened, and they also increased again with recycling. So the ability that constructors get with the recycling on their base, getting the resources back for anything that's for the materials that it's attached to. So if you have like a metal base and you put that down, you get a mixture of like metal, and if you have brick attached, you get more brick. So you get even more. So they did buff it once a little bit ago, last patch I think, and so I've read that they buffed it up again. So I think that's really cool, because I was even thinking to myself that the buff was nice, definitely, but it could be more. And just because it's, you know, you're a constructor, you should have cool abilities. You know, if you don't make it so that these other classes have really good and cool abilities, then everybody's just always going to play ninja and soldier, because it's like people want to do damage. So, but that's why I think that they went a little bit backwards on this nerf with a decoy. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like they somebody watched my video on the offensive constructor. I can't say constructor and constructor, like I don't know why I keep going back and forth on that when I record these videos. Anyways, I almost feel like a developer like watched my video specifically and said, oh, we can't have this happen. And it's like, I feel like whenever I make a video on something, I don't know, whatever. So anyways, I think I got like a minute and a half left. I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, well, with nerfing and changing the abilities and stuff, I think the player base as a whole, at least the upper tier players where I'm at, we're not looking for something more challenging. We're already annoyed with certain things. Like, there's enough crap that we have to worry about just in a regular mission, from the amounts and different types of varied mobs, like lobbers constantly, blasters constantly. Just, we're already scrambling, you know, in certain cases as it is. So, you know, I think that I can speak on behalf of most of the player base, maybe not the forumites who go on the forums like, we need more of a challenge, we need more of this, we need more of a challenge. Like, I'm like, no, I don't want more of a challenge. Like, I'm okay with the way things, like, if I'm level 95, I should be able to go into a level 88 mission, or a mission that's lower level than me, and you know, completely annihilate it. I don't want to be toned down to you know, be level 14. Like, I worked my ass off for a year to get to level 95. So what, when I go down to a level 14 mission, I'm not killing things in one hit? That doesn't make any sense. Like, at least give me that. So they recently did a change that nerfs you down when you go into lower level missions, because they think that we want to... That's not the case for me anyways. Alright, I got 10 seconds left, so there's really not much else to say. I like the stacking of the resources. There's new heroes out, so I'll make a video on that later, and keep you guys updated.